Hey everyone, Sarasota Tim, coming to you from beautiful Texas here at Abilene, Texas, right off the I-20 at my hotel at the Hampton Inn and Suites here in Abilene, I-20 location. And I'm traveling with this beautiful camper and I'm staying in a hotel. Why? Well, don't ask me those silly questions. I'm staying here for next to free because I've got a subscriber that's got me hooked up on a family plan of which I pay, but I pay an employee family plan, not employee plan price, they get even cheaper, but I get a family discount. Just like if you work for the airlines and you put your family on some kind of on the list and they get to enjoy some savings. So last night I traveled over 500 miles and I just didn't feel like looking for an RV park, pulling out my sewer hoses and electrical hoses and putting the slides out and rearranging everything in there to get through there and all that, and which is really nothing actually, but it's just so cheap and it's just so nice. And my lady friend that I'm traveling with, she loves a tub. So we got her a tub, she likes to soak in a tub, and so we're living life, plus we have a free breakfast. And I like doing the review and promoting the Hampton Inn, which is a Hilton property. But let's get back to the main part of this video. This is my property. And this is my 2021 Toyota Tundra that I call the Crusher. And I've even got a tag here. Crush It is my brand name. And I have a trailer, camper trailer, and I call it the Crasher because that's where I crash. And when I bought this, I traded in a smaller, much smaller, 16-foot travel trailer that I enjoyed and got my money's worth out of. Lived in it for almost 2 years. And so it totally paid for itself, 100%, because I didn't pay rent. I'm not a owner of one of these and I park it next to my house that I also own or rent. Or I have an apartment and I own something like this and I pay to store it. No, no, no. I live in it because instead of paying high rents today, I chose to go this route. Because I'm thrifty, cheap, frugal, whatever you want to call me. But I don't want to pay and draw my money down every month to some landlord for something that isn't worth it. So I bought this. And I traded in the other one that more than paid for itself because I didn't pay any rent where I lived in it because I had a property management position for 2 years. And what I saved on rent gave me all my money back for that camper. And then when I went in to the dealer where I bought this one, they gave me $10,000 for that camper because they're worth a lot of money today. A lot of people are buying them. That starting to wane a little bit, just like all real estate. It depends on the market. It's not waning that much because they're still overinflated. But anyway, I got a great deal. And with the $10,000 they gave me, the difference that I paid for this was very, very good deal. They gave me a good cut on the price. And now I've been living in this for, well, since October of 2023. And so now we're in the 7th month of 2024, and I lived in it for 2 months of 2023. I've received a minimum of $2,000, let's make it $1,500, that I didn't pay in rent. Most places around $2,000. I've received a minimum of $1,500 rebate back every month that I didn't pay rent for a house or a villa or an apartment. Now that's getting ready to change because I'm going to rent one of those now because I'm with a lady. But as a single person, I can't promote this enough. If you're even a couple, if that's what you want to do, my couple situation doesn't want to do that. My lady wants to have a sticks and bricks. She needs a tub, she needs space. And I agree. I mean, it's not really something you can live in with 2 people. By myself, 100%, without a question, more than enough. It's great. Anyway, so I've received back already in the 9 months I've owned this, $15,000 in savings on rent. So, I mean, I'm in this thing very cheap. I got no complaints. And I also got a great deal on my Toyota Tundra that I was so blessed to find. And I was in the car business for many years, and the manager of the dealership that I bought it from actually watches my videos. And so when he found out that I used to be in the business, and so I don't go for the hanky-panky, we were able to make medicine, and I got as good a deal as anybody can get because of my experience. So I'm in this and that for very, very good money. I cannot get hurt on it. If I sell it, it's fully insured. I'm going to be fine, not a problem. And all that's going to happen. I either will store it, which I think is a foolish thing to do. That's one of the craziest ways to buy these unless you have so much money. But I think that buying them and storing them in a storage place or next to your house, and they just biodegrade, get mold, fill up with bugs and spiders, nah. Get one, be a full-timer. That's the only reason I bought it. But if you have a lot of money and you can afford trailers, boats, airplanes, and all that, hey, more power to you. But not for me. So anyway, this particular Flagstaff 25FKBS is the model. That stands for front kitchen, bed slide. You say, bed slide? Oh yeah. This has got 2 slides, 2 big slides. Some of these RVs, you look at them, they slide out a few inches. This has got a 4-foot slide that comes out at the box here. That's the headboard of the bed. That comes all the way back, leaving you so much room at the foot of the bed to the closet where there's a full-length mirror so you can get dressed. That's the main reason I bought this camper. It's all that room. Most of these campers, the bed, you can't even walk around them. And then this slide is the living room slide. It's got the refrigerator on that end of it, the 2 theater chairs on this end of it, and they come out, and the quality you get, each slide has its own awning over. These are high quality. You got to pay a lot of money for some campers to receive these kinds of features. Frameless windows. Look how handsome those windows are. No frames around them. And look, they put Goodyear Endurance tires right from the factory. Goodyear Endurance. That's the best camper trailer tire you can buy, in my opinion. And what are they mounted on? They're mounted on Dexter axles. What are Dexter axles? They're the same ones they put on Airstreams. They don't have leaf springs. They don't incorporate those things that can rust and break. They're called Dexter axles. And the way they work, when you tow and you take a turn, they dig in like a sports car. This thing will hang. This thing hangs behind that Tundra at 60, 70, 75, however fast you feel comfortable driving. It is, solid. It is solid. It has Asdel walls, which is fiberglass. There is no wood in these walls. It's all aluminum studding all the way around, 6-sided. You get a power winch, dual 30-pound tanks, dual batteries. One comes with it. I have 2. I since have gotten rid of the 2 lead acid batteries and put one 100-amp lithium battery equal to 2 lead acid batteries. I might add another lithium battery and really have a lot. I've got a weight distribution hitch purchased at Harbor Freight, and it affords me to have all this tongue weight, which the trailer weighs. Let's look at the numbers. But look, I'll back up on the other side. There's no squatting, no sagging. The weight distribution hitch distributes the weight from front axle to the rear axle, from front axle of my truck to the back axle of my truck to the axles on the camper. Look how level that camper is. And it's fully loaded with all my clothing and all my personal belongings. Look at the truck. It's on a little bit of a grade there, so it looks a little bit, but it's level. It's completely level. And where's the numbers here? Where are they at? I passed them. Was it on the other side? It may be. Let's go around and take a look. If memory serves me, the weight of this unit, because it's a microlight made with the aluminum and the Asdel, is 6,500 pounds. Here we go. Walk right by it. It's right here. Oh, let me get my C-rights on, folks. You know I can't see. Let me get my C rights right here. Please excuse me. We have gross vehicle weight rating, 3,528 pounds. No, 7,778 pounds. That's the LB. This is kilos. 7778, just under 8,000 pounds, is the most this can weigh with everything. Fluids, people, clothing, your milk in your refrigerator, everything, okay? And each axle can have 3,500 pounds. Well, there's nothing in this thing hardly that amounts to much weight in addition, but the actual weight, I think, is only 6,500. It doesn't show it on here. That's the gross weight rating. The tire pressure is 65 PSI, and I have that in there. But anyway, this is the VIN number and all of that, but it doesn't show it's the 25FKBS. Yeah. And it has all these, I got them all locked, all these storage compartments and everything, and dual axle. The one I had before was a single axle. This is a dual axle, and it's got Goodyear endurance tires. I'll show you those tires again. They're beautiful. And I've towed it now from Georgia, where I bought it, to Florida, back down to South Florida, up to Jacksonville a few times, and now I've towed it all the way to Utah and back across the country. I'm in Texas now, probably heading to Georgia, and eventually back down to the great sunshine state of Florida at the end of my journey. So I would probably have towed it about about 8,000 miles maybe when I'm all said and done. And the tires are perfect. The wear is perfect. Let's take a look at those tires. These are brand new, baby. Brand new, knee deep in rubber. Goodyear Endurance on Dexter axles. Great tires. And I was telling Tammy, my girlfriend, yesterday, towing it, I said, hey, I forgot it's back there. And a lot of times I know very well it's back there. You get into wind, and I have to make this complaint. I got to whine a little bit. It's not all positive all the time. I'm very, very embarrassed of the highways of our country. We spend all this money on wars and different things like that, and we can't pave a road for people that spend 50 grand, 60 grand for a 4Runner or a Lincoln Navigator right there, or pulling these trailers or these big Class A's. We can't go down the road on every road with a smooth surface. When you get on one, you really appreciate it. And we do have many miles of that, but there's many more miles that it's just embarrassing. It's just, I mean, you're literally, that's why they say these things are tearing up, because they are going like this on those roads, like riding over railroad tracks. Now, I have suffered some damage from that. My sliding door in the bedroom that's on a rack up top banged and pulled through that little rack where these little guider wheels go in there, and opened up the metal, and the door came out and is on the ground because there's a little gap about that far off the floor. Had I shimmed it, I would have never had an issue because I have no other issues whatsoever. That's the only thing that's happened. I'm going to have warranty take care of that when I finally get to a place that they can do it for me. They can replace that little track up on top that the door hooks to at the top of the door and slides. It's a little private door you can close in the bedroom. And so without going into the interior, which I've shown on many videos, I haven't done too much walk-arounds on it. You can go back in my log and see the interior. It's beautiful. It's like when you go in, you don't see a bed. That's one thing I like. You go into a lot of these campers, first thing you see is a bed, right in your face. Bed. Now come on. If it's not made and it's in the way and that takes up all the space, I mean, that's not the kind of camper I want. I've been in 1,000 of these things, and I would never buy one. And then I saw this. And what really got me, and why I'm making this video, is what you're looking at. It's the exterior. Look at that. Look at that paint scheme. Look at this nose. Look at this car windshield, this big window that you got in the front in that kitchen to look out. Look at the frameless windows. This thing, look at 2 doors, that's another thing. A full 19-foot awning with a huge long LED light track and a front docking light, this little V you see here, that little smiley face. At night you light that up and you light that up and you're really popping, you're sporting your stuff. And right now you're looking at a pig. It is dirty. It hasn't been washed in months because I haven't had anybody that could do it, and I've been traveling, and you have to hook it up to take it to a self-serve car wash, and it's got to be one high enough that you can get it in. And so that's what it looks like, believe me, in 6 months maybe, since water's even been sprayed on it. And look at it. I mean, if I armor all those tires, clean those wheels, polish that Azdel finish, I mean, it's a 24. It's gonna pop. This will too. This is a pig. And I've been big on waxing my vehicles for years. I used to have one of those, a 4Runner in red. I'll probably put 42 coats of wax on it. And I keep my stuff shining. But I haven't been able to do it because I'm traveling, and it is what it is. But I'm very proud of it. Just wanted to show you, if you want to get a travel trailer, you want to live an RV life, you have to consider the Flagstaff Microlight. Flagstaff and Rockwood are the same. Now, some people will argue and say, he doesn't know what he's talking about. Flagstaff's made by Forest River. Forest River's junk. Let me tell you something, folks. General Motors makes a lot of cars. Not all of them are great. Forest River is the umbrella company, the corporation. This company here, the factory that makes these, the crew they use, the material they use to make Flagstaff and Rockwood products are in the same roof. They look at a video on YouTube. Look at the steps they go through. Look at the quality control they use. It's amazing. The aluminum siding, the structure of it, the Azdel, the 13,500 watt Coleman Mach AC unit that works amazing, will run you out of there. The Dexter axles, the frameless windows, the awnings over the slides, the 2 doors, the amazing counter space you get inside, the real wood, none of that garbage, all real wood cabinets, tongue and groove flooring, solid, none of that bowing up bull crap. This is a nice quality unit for a fraction of what you'll pay for some of these other products that claim to be super, super high quality, and they probably are, but you won't pay the money for that, for one of these. This right here, I think, lists for like $45,000. And you know, RVs can run as much as $1 million. And these trailers and fifth wheels and stuff range from, you know, $200,000, $300,000, $100,000, $150,000. You can pay $150,000, $200,000 for a Class B van, and you can't even move in it. This is a home for 40 grand. And if you live in it and you don't pay rent, you're getting a rebate back every month. So yeah, it's a depreciating asset, but if you keep it nice and you calculate what you save by not living in sticks and bricks, this could be a real winner for a lot of people. Find yourself a nice RV resort that runs from $500 to $1,000 a month, and avoid paying $1,500, $2,000 a month plus utilities for a sticks and bricks, and sign a lease and get you a nice RV park with all kinds of amenities. Play some golf, come home, you get a beautiful, beautiful place inside to recharge your battery, to eat, stay comfortable, heated, air conditioned, refrigeration, cooking, everything. There's even a griddle that's on the outside I didn't mention that hangs on here that comes with it. It's stored away. A big giant griddle. And they give you the tire pressure monitoring system that when you're driving, it keeps an eye on your tire pressure of all 4 of those Goodyear Endurance tires. And then you've got two draining plumbing systems because it has a front kitchen. You have the sewer thing, the little valves you pull. You've got a front gray tank as well as a rear gray tank. So you have high capacity and fresh water, like 55 gallons. Also, the little jacks that come down that stabilize it, They're electric. They're not those scissor ones. High quality stuff, folks. Look at that. Little things like the spare tire cover. Those things they give you that are rubber that stretch over that tire rot in 15 minutes and fade. That's the real deal. That's the real deal. I even got a trailer hitch back here. It's not for towing anything big, but you can put one of those basket racks back here and carry additional totes, a generator, things like that. I actually have a generator I carry in the back of my truck. It's 5,000 watts. So if I want to pull over and not be in an RV park or can't find one, I want a boondock as they call it, I can power with my generator that runs on both propane and gas. I bought the best one. It's a Predator from Harbor Freight, 5,000 watts. It can power everything in that, including the microwave, running 24/7 without missing a beat. That's how much power I got. It has an inverter in it too, that there's a few plugs in there that battery will turn into AC. So if you want to make a pot of coffee and you don't want to run the generator or you don't have electricity, you can actually use these electrical plugs. There's a few of them in the camper that convert the battery power into electrical AC power. But it's not a high wattage. It's like, I don't know, 1,000 watts, 800 watts, something like that. I have a small coffee pot that it can run. Probably not a hair dryer, certainly not a microwave or an air conditioner, but everything else you're fine. So anyway, that's the review of the 2024 Flagstaff Microlight, the 25 FKBS, probably one of the best travel trailers. And another thing, folks, before I end the video, when you're buying a travel trailer, you don't want to go small. Small is fine if you just want to tow it with a little, like a 4Runner, they can only tow like 5,000 pounds. You know, you got a Lincoln Navigator. It's more of a luxury passenger vehicle with some towing ability, but not like a truck. You want something bigger. But you don't want to go too big, because if you go too big, when you go to a campground or an RV park, you can't back it in to back-end spots if it's 30 feet. You have to have a pull-through spot because it's too long and they won't allow you to back it in. You'll be protruding out. So the sweet spot is under 30 feet, but over or a minimum of 25. And this is 25 feet 11 inches from the back of that spare tire to the front of that tongue where it hooks on the ball. 25 feet 11 inches. On the inside, it seems like it's 40 feet long. It's amazing. With the two slides, it really is. So it checks all the boxes. You've got the under the 30 feet. You've got the lightweight that a half-ton truck, a Toyota Tundra, it's got a good V8 motor in it, but it's only half-ton, can pull day and night with no transmission coolers, no nothing. It's got a brake controller on it. They all come with a tow package on them. It has the brake controller that controls the electric brakes on the camper. You got to have that from the factory. So you can tow with a half-ton truck. You've got under 30 feet. You've got two slides that are 4 feet out. All those high-quality things we talked about. Frameless windows, 2 doors, 2 gray tanks, everything. You get you a Crasher, and you'll be crushing it.